To welcome the driving force behind today's Black in Tech Luncheon, Mr. Solomon Summers. Mr. Summers currently serves as the Continuity Liaison on the Langley African American Heritage Committee's Executive Council and worked tirelessly to plan this year's Black History Month event. Let's give him a round of applause. Mr. Summers,
Thank you. Good afternoon. All right, so my name is Solo. I am Solomon Summers, and I would like to introduce our guest speaker today. He is Senior Master Sergeant Leray Smedley. This person, well actually, just appointed Chief Master Sergeant. It's a small world because I actually met him here, like 2018, 2017 time frame, and he was the guest speaker then. And it was crazy. It was like a small world. Came back 83rd NOS. I work at I left the Air Force from the 83rd NOS. But enough about me. Please, Chief Select Leray Smedley, please come to the front.
It's not worth much. Hey, greetings, Langley Air Force Base. Good afternoon to each and every one of you. I think the only thing more difficult than speaking to a room full of strangers is speaking to a room full of strangers after having a meal like that. Can we give it up for the staff here? Outstanding job. And to Mr. Carlton Savage and friends, we thank you guys so much. And to Mr. Aaron Mills, where are you, sir? Can you wave your hand? Yes, sir. Thank you so much for this exhibit. If you haven't had a chance to come over here to the table to my right, to your left, and check out the aircraft exhibit, it is remarkable. So thank you guys so much. Give them a round of applause. I do want to say to the 633rd Air Base Wing leadership, I know Colonel Blue had to step out, and to Command Chief Ferrer, thank you guys so much for being a champion of all observances that help highlight the culture and the accomplishments of various ethnic groups. Thank you guys so much for giving us this platform. And if you don't mind, just real quick, I got to give a quick shout out to my commander, Lieutenant Colonel Levinsky, and my Chief Master Sergeant Craig Havilis, and my First Sergeant, Master Sergeant Wheat. Thank you guys so much for being here. And to my entire 83rd NOS family who's in attendance, thank you guys for coming out to be a part of this event. Now, if you've been in the Air Force longer than 2 weeks, you know that programs don't just come together. And it takes people who are diligently working behind the scenes to pull something like this off. So to the African American Heritage Council, chaired by Mr. Summers, Solo, my friend, thank you guys so much for all you do. This is outstanding. Can we give them a round of applause? A special shout out to my friend, Master Sergeant Wayne Cotton, who is the person that recommended me to be the speaker for this occasion. I thank you. Now, here's the deal. I gave you a long list of acknowledgments and names for a reason. Because if this goes well, I want you to thank me. But if this goes bad, you have a list of people you can hold accountable. But in all seriousness, to all the commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, to all of our officer enlisted and civilian members in the room, thank you, and I'm honored to have the privilege of this prestigious platform. Now, I know military speech protocol dictates that I give you an introduction where I say what I'm going to tell you what I'm going to say, and then I say what I'm going to say, and then I conclude by telling you what I said. But this afternoon, I want to deviate from that format while I try to wax philosophically on the topic of African American history, or Black History Month, as it pertains to contributions of African Americans in technology. And I'm going to try to strike the right balance between being informative and inspirational. This is American history. American history. It's a product that's well known and respected worldwide. And we are presented this history at a young age, and we love it. We are so familiar with this product that we rarely give thought to how it was made. All we know is that it's good. Yeah. This is the product of an ugly and timely process. This is American history. It's constructed of monuments and statues built to honor our greatest generals, even those who fought and lost on the wrong side of history. This is the celebration of conquest, battles, and wars that have secured the liberties we enjoy today. This is American history. We love it, and there's nothing wrong with respect and reverence for our history, but we can't allow our pride to numb us to the fact that something is missing. Something has been cut out. In fact, the incision is so precise that it can be concluded that that was done intentionally. Why was something removed? Was it to make this product more presentable? To make it more attractive? Why would anyone cut out the core of something this magnificent? I can't think of many products that we would accept as incomplete, but that's how we've come to accept American history. And this is the missing piece. It's made of the same ingredients, it's endured the same process, but since it has been extracted from where it rightfully belongs, we had to give it another name. And by giving it another name, we assume that it has less value. It's been cut out. In fact, it's been left out by design. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is African American history. This is Black history. It's made of the same ingredients. It's endured the same process, but it's significantly smaller. And perhaps it's smaller because there aren't many monuments erected to honor the contributions of Black men and women. Our streets, our states, our holidays, our national parks don't bear their names. Our history books rarely acknowledge them. They're largely absent from Hollywood's depiction of the people we deem as heroes. And it's difficult yet undeniable that Black people have been surgically detached from America's narrative through tools like slavery, hatred, racism, segregation, Jim Crow, economic disparities, social injustice. And that's why this month and occasions like this are necessary, because they bring to light the fact that while these two products are packaged and presented separately, they must coexist in order for us to truly appreciate a holistic history that makes us all Americans. Black history is American history, not separate, but residing within. And understanding this truth of history can render an opportunity for all of us to discover vital lessons about who we really are and what we value as Americans. I once read that you can tell a great deal about a country by what they deem important because of what they choose to remember. And I would suggest that we learn even more about a country and its people by what they choose to forget. Our collective presence in this moment is a wake-up call to those who dare slip into the state of historical amnesia, where we learn nothing because we remember nothing. Today, we choose to remember just a few African Americans who made significant contributions to the world through technology. Now, I need your help in a brief exercise. I'm going to call out something, and I want you to tell me the first name that comes to mind. Facebook. Amazon. Tesla.
Elon Musk.
Microsoft. But before this occasion, what if I would have called out things like GPS, video game cartridges, home security systems, even the microphone? There's two distinct reactions to both of those set of names. And this is why Black history is important, because it helps us identify and appreciate the other set of names. We talked about Gladys West. We talked about Marie Van Britten Brown. We talked about Jerry Larson, but did you know, or have you heard of Lisa Galopter? She is the mastermind that cultivated the ascent of online video, as well as she is the person, online video, that helps with streaming platforms like Hulu. She's also the person who created the animated GIF. Anybody text a GIF lately? Exactly. Lisa Galopter is a game changer to the way we communicate today, and her accomplishments earned her the title of being one of our generation's greatest technology innovators. What about Marion Croak? Anyone heard of Marion Croak? Exactly. But how many of you have a VoIP phone on your desk today? All of us. And we owe that to Marion Croak. In fact, it's her technology that is still used in companies like Zoom and Skype. In 2013, Dr. Croak was inducted into the Women in Technology International Hall of Fame. So ladies and gentlemen, based on the skits that were presented earlier, and along with the evidence that I just presented, I think it's safe to say that we are all guilty of being promoters, advancers, and benefactors of Black history. All of us have been, and the generations to come will be impacted by Black history. And the fact that the names of some of the world's greatest innovators are forgotten and overlooked is proof that we still have work to do. It highlights the fact that it is all of our job, no matter what color we are, to ensure that the contributions and sacrifices of African Americans are woven into the fabric of our military culture and our nation. And I want to close on this thought. War teaches us that death does not discriminate, that artillery rains down on all service members without prejudice. So when we're in the trenches together, it doesn't matter if the brother or sister next to you is Black, white, red, green, or yellow. All that matters is we are standing together. It is our collective obligation to ensure that the military remains one of the most progressive institutions in America when it comes to eradicating racially motivated policies and discriminatory practices. It is crucial, now more than ever, that we challenge our own notions of diversity and we examine our own unconscious biases. Our job, our collective responsibility, is to ensure that anytime hate is used as a weapon of mass destruction, that we use love as a weapon of mass reconstruction. And I don't care how or why you came into this room. My question and my only concern is, how will you leave? Everyone look at the right side of your chest for all of my uniform members. And you'll see your name there, which is indicative of the fact that we are unique. We are unique individuals, all possessing different talents and different gifts. And that uniqueness lends to our diversity, and that diversity is our strength. And if you look to the left side of your uniform, it says U.S. Air Force, which means that there's uniformity, that we are marching in the same direction, and that we are striving towards the same goals, which is to defend the United States of America. And yes, we must value our uniqueness. Yes, we must cherish our uniformity. But none of it matters if there is no unity. We must be unified. And that means that our behavior must align with our core values. That means that when we leave this room, we leave our prejudicial biases and stereotypical predispositions at the table. That means when we leave this room, we will not only preach equality, but we will practice equality. That means that when we leave this room together, regardless of our skin color, that when we leave this room, it will be known that when we face discrimination on any level, whether it is intentionally perpetuated or not, it will be intentionally eliminated, because we need each other. This is Black History Month, and Black history is American history, and American history is our shared history, but we cannot do this without each other. Thank you.